teacher and classmates. Today we are going to present our topic, which is the Toefl exam test of English as a foreign language. The members of our group are Lisbeth Acosta, Franco de Pozo, Ana Claudia Ordóñez, Elisa Mucedo, and Rosemary Vito. Okay, now we're going to talk about some basic information and some recommendations that we can use in order to make a good exam. First, you have to know what English skills are evaluated here. This exam evaluates reading, listening, speaking, and writing skills, and the main goal is to understand and use English in an academic environment. It means that you have to know how to use English proficiently. The questions include multiple choices, short answers, and easy questions. The total score ranges between 0 to 120 points. So, what strategies can you use in order to get a good score in this exam? First, you have to know what is the structure of the exam. You have to know what are the principal parts, and so in this way you can prepare yourself in using some specific strategies. Also, you have to practice regularly. It means that you have to practice every day at least 3 or 4 hours. And then you have to improve your English skills. You know what are your weaknesses, so you have to use maybe some exams or some practices or other kind of activities in order to improve these English skills. But also you have to you have to be careful about the time. You have to control the time because every part of the exam has its own time to be developed. And finally, you have to learn examination strategies. These strategies could be maybe highlighting some subtitles or principal parts of the text or something like that. Now we are going to continue with the next part. Lisbeth.
Well, now we continue with the sections of this test. This test is divided into 4 sections, which are reading, listening, speaking, and writing. Also, each section of the Toefl test evaluates different skills and types of questions. So, in the reading section, this test evaluates the student's ability to understand and analyze texts in English. The type of questions included are identify main information and details, infer the meaning of words from context, identify the structure and organization of the text, evaluate the author's tone and attitude. This exam consists of 30 to 40 questions, and the time limit is 54 to 72 minutes. On the other hand, we have listening. The listening section evaluates the student's ability to understand spoken English in academic situations. The type of questions included are identify main information and details, infer the meaning of words from the context, identify the purpose of the conversation, identify the tone and attitude of the speaker. This exam consists of 28 to 39 questions, and the time limit is 41 to 57 minutes. Next. In the speaking section, this test evaluates the student's ability to speak English clearly and effectively in academic situations. The type of questions included are respond to questions on academic topics, give an opinion or make a statement on a topic, summarize information from a text or lecture, integrate information from various sources into a coherent presentation. Then we have the writing section. This evaluates the student's ability to write clearly and effectively in English in academic situations. The type of questions included are write an essay on a specific topic, answer questions about a text or a lecture, integrate information from various sources into a coherent essay, demonstrate skills in grammar and writing. This exam has a time limit of 50 minutes. Well, in general, each section of the test evaluates different skills and question types to measure language proficiency. Now my father will continue.
Okay, the use of technology in TOEFL test preparation. Okay, technology is a useful tool to prepare for different type of exams, and there are a variety of technology tools available to help students prepare for the TOEFL exam. For examples, in this case there are technology tools like, for example, the first one is online learning apps. Okay, is in our life we use a lot of apps for entertainment, but in this case we can use also apps that helps students improve their language skills and prepare for the TOEFL test. And in these apps offer a variety of exercise to practice, including reading, writing, speaking, and listening exercises. And these exercises are designed to improve a student ability to understand English and answer test related questions. The second is online educational resources. And in internet we can find a lot of material. For example, in YouTube we can find resources, include tutorials, online courses, and another website we can find educational videos, articles, and other learning materials. And these resources can help students improve their language skills and better understand the content of the test. The third is ebooks. Also in internet, there are a lot of online books, and in these books, we can in these books contains practice exercises, a detailed explanation of the topics covered in the exam, tips for passing each sections, and more. And these books can help students better understand the content of that exam and prepare for a good score. And the last one is exam practice software. These programs provide the students with interactive exercise to practice their language skills and prepare for the exam. The software can also provide feedback and on the student's performance to help them improve. Okay, now we'll continue my partner.
Okay, um, if we talk about teaching methods for the TOEFL test, resources need to be in place to be able to assist the student in the different skills. There are many different options. Okay, we can study by ourselves or choose a good mentor who prepares well for the test. One options is to train directly with the TOEFL-owned education testing service organization. But there are many ways to practice for the TOEFL test. There are free practice, free resources, guides, books, and mock tests. But to help us with part of the test, that is the listening part, for example, we can develop the teaching method, the selective listening. In the selective listening, we practice focused listening. Listening comes naturally to humans, but you can improve your listening skills by practicing focused listening. Identify what aspects of listening are challenging for you and target those when practicing. Look at what you're listening to and separate what's important from noise. When we are listening, we have to pay attention to one thing at a time. We can also turn up the volume where we are practicing, or if we are with a teacher, we can ask him for help if we don't understand the meaning of some pieces of audio. And also, during the TOEFL, you will only be able to listen to the audio sequences once. Then you will have to answer questions, speak or write about the topics you have heard. Since you can play the audio again, you have to be effective at taking notes. You can practice taking notes in your own language or in English as well. It's probably best to do both. You can practice taking notes in your native language in real time without missing anything that is being said. Uh, you have to try different types of audio or different durations, levels, complexity, then listen to the audio again and see if your notes are accurate. Also, if you want to check your progress when you are preparing to the TOEFL, you almost always aim for a specific score. So the TOEFL preparation period, the only way to know if you're reaching your goal is to take practice tests. The practice test will also help you get an idea of the testing environment, types of questions, and the obstacles you will face on test day. There are several ways to get practice for the TOEFL. So this is what I have to say about teaching methods and how to verify your progress during your preparation for the TOEFL test.
The next is identifying and addressing weakness to improve your TOEFL score. First of all, the strengths and weakness. Naturally, the students will probably have more affinity for one skill, for example, listening or reading or writing. I don't know, but if I'm preparing for the TOEFL exam and I'm not good at, for example, listening skill, that's my weakness. So I need to improve that, and I need to practice more. I need to more familiar with listeners. And well, that's in weakness. About scoring according to the Common European Framework, the TOEFL has these levels. That is A2 level. It has 34 points or less, and between 35 and 45 points, it's B1 level, and between 46 and 93 points, it's B2 level, and between 94 and 104 points, it's C1, and the last is between 115 and 120 points, it's C2 level. And well, that is according to the score. And well, and time to complete the TOEFL test. About the time, it is important to take these time intervals into account. And the common way, I think, is to practice like with real-time mock test, and it is very useful because it's similar like a real test. No, it's real test, but it's similar. So in TOEFL test, it has about reading section. It has 54 to 72 minutes, and listening section it has 41 to 57 minutes, and then the student have to break for about 10 minutes. And the speaking section they have 17 minutes, and writing section, the last, it has 15 minutes. So the students take this into account for the real exam. And it should be noted that the exam is based on academic situation that the students could face his or her life his or her daily life, not about mathematics or history or maybe chemistry. No, it's about the daily life of the student, of the person, and that's it. Thank you.
That was good. Well, as a way of summary and conclusion, the TOEFL test evaluates a person's ability to understand and use English. In addition, it's important to know the test format. Practice regularly, as Nicole said, you have to practice every day, and it's part of your life. And also, it's important to manage your time effectively. What else, moreover, as Edison said before, you have to use technology. You have to take advantage of technology, and also you have to use a lot of strategies in order to improve your English skills. Finally, it's good to know to do a self-assessment to know what are your weaknesses and strengths. And that's all for today. I hope you like this presentation, and thank you very much.